Welcome everybody to another episode of Adventure Quest RC, where today we're going to be looking at the TRX-4 and the SEX-10-2 up here at my favorite place to crawl, which is Cap Sante in Anacortes, Washington. It's about an hour and a half northwest of Seattle. Very cool place, as you can see. Unfortunately, it looks like a bunch of people lit off some fireworks this 4th of July and destroyed those beautiful trees. I don't know what those are. I think they're magnolias. They might be madronas. If you know what kind of tree that is, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to know. Now check this out. Look at the front right and the back left tire. See how they're just spinning? That's because this truck has what's called an open differentials. Front and rear are open differentials, but it has a really cool device on it that makes the ability to lock the front right, front left, and rear left together. And those are called lockers. And so we're going to go over the differences between open and locked. And a rig like this Jeep, where it is fully locked all times, all tires are locked. If you took one tire, that front left, it's up in the air right now, and you're to lift up that truck off the ground and you're to spin one tire, all 4 tires will spin because everything's locked. There are no differentials. Now this Jeep isn't exactly what I'd call stock. It does have the tires off the Vitara Ascender and a missing rear bumper because it might have fallen off a 100-foot drop a time or two. So I have left it alone because it actually performs better. But check out all these awesome places to go crawling around at. It's just fantastic. There's always people up there that are willing to just chat with you and talk with you about what you're doing. And a lot of times there are people up here crawling as well. So it's a real fun place to come hang out. If you're not familiar with the area, it is absolutely beautiful. Off to the left over here, that would be to the west, there is a home port called Anthony's. It's a nice little seafood restaurant, quite delicious. But check out all these little crags and valleys to go take your RC car in. It is so much fun. This next scene here, we're going to depict the differences between running open diff and closed diff and how to make your truck handle the best if you have selectable lockers. So I'm starting this in an open diff position, as you can see. I'm going to give my front differential lock. That was that first click. Takes a second for it to activate. It pulls me up over the top of the hill, and then I stop because I want to allow the whole truck to rotate, which is it's going to rotate better with all differentials unlocked. So now the left side of the truck can rotate faster than the right. Now conversely, we're going to run the same test with all differentials, so both differentials locked. So what's going to happen now is the right side of the truck has to rotate as fast as the left side of the truck. And in a circle, that's not going to produce a very sharp turn, right? Because the right's going to push the left. And that's what you can see here. It's kind of crab walking. And that's why it didn't turn as sharp. Now, this is just an example, a comparison, so to speak. This is a fully locked rig, but it's a different make. And so as you can tell, this little SEX-10 seems to turn way sharper. Now maybe something's broken on it, I don't know, but it does seem to turn way sharper than the Defender does. It also has a lot more weight in the front. So if you're not familiar, with a crawler you want to have most of your weight toward the front, so it allows it to push the front of the truck toward the hill. The more weight you have toward the back, the more likely it's going to roll. Someone in a previous video commented that if I take off my spare tire, it wouldn't flip so easily, and that's probably true, but for now I just want to check out performance in a stock form, so when you go to buy your rig you don't have to wonder how it's going to do out of the box. You can just take a look at this video and see what you think. Now there's another thing I want to go over here, which is, I call it throttle bumping. And so that's when you go up against a rock and you can't quite crawl over it, but you get a little bit of speed, and with the correct wheel speed and throttle adjustments, you can actually make it over what you normally wouldn't be able to crawl over. As you can see, I just can't quite crawl over it. I have a lot of traction, which tips me over. As you see here in a second, it really tips me over. But if you back up a little bit and then apply some throttle until the rear tires start to make it up the rock, and then you release the throttle, it'll take all your momentum and shove it forward, and then it'll allow you to crawl up the obstacle that you are trying to make it up. Now, if you want to see in more detail why that works or how that works, or to learn the physics behind it, I'm more than happy to create another video. Just shoot me a comment down below. If we got enough of you guys asking for it, I'll go ahead and create a more detailed instructional video on how to actually do throttle bumping. And just noticed right as that rear tire touched, I released the throttle, and it got me up to the top of the hill just like I needed to. Okay, here's the same exact route, or as close as I can attempt to get, with both vehicles. Unfortunately, the second go around, as you'll see here, I wasn't quite able to make it with the TRX-4, but that was because I was being distracted by a bunch of people talking with me. At least that's my excuse. Which is one of the reasons I love RC cars. You get outside, you enjoy the weather, you get to talk with new people, meet new people. I met new friends I'm still friends with, even today. I'm hanging out with them on Sunday because just running my RC cars, and some kid wanted to learn how to run an RC car, let him play with it for a while, and we're good friends now. It's pretty cool. And again, in this scenario, backed up, gave it a little throttle, but I didn't release in time. If I would have released right there, the front would have went forward, but instead I was on the throttle too long, and oh, it hurt. Oh man, I'm dizzy now. Well, again guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Adventure Quest RC. Get out there, go enjoy some RC car, go enjoy the outdoors. Like, subscribe, share if you'd like to. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.